Well, good evening, parents and other family members and friends, and welcome to Franklin's Back to School Night. My name is Scott Gensmer, and it's my privilege to be the principal here at Franklin. Thank you for taking time out of your busy and maybe even hectic schedules to be here with us tonight. I really appreciate it. Because just by you being here, you're sending a very powerful message to your children. And that message is that you value their education. Without even saying anything, just by coming to school tonight, you're showing your children that school is a top priority for you. And this is a message that your children will always remember. Franklin is really a wonderful school with a long and proud history. And it has a terrific staff of committed and dedicated teachers. And you'll get a chance to hear from those teachers in just a little while, starting at 6 o'clock. I think it goes without saying that these are some unprecedented and historic times that we're all living through right now. But you can be assured that all of us here at Franklin are committed to providing our scholars with the best educational opportunities that we can in this distance learning environment. There are challenges, and there will continue to be bumps in the road during this unusual journey that we're all on together. But we'll do our very best to remove whatever barriers and roadblocks that might come our way. And in time, we'll get through this and come out on the other side stronger and better than we were before. Our theme at Franklin during this time of distance learning is be like water. Because water changes and adapts to its environment. Sometimes water can be very warm and calm and relaxing. And other times water can be very cold and hard and even destructive. So we're all trying to be like water here at Franklin by pivoting and adjusting to this new environment that we find ourselves in. And I'm very proud of the entire Franklin staff, as well as our scholars and parents, for adjusting and adapting to this distance learning. Tonight, we'll have two 30-minute sessions to accommodate those families who have children in more than just one class. The first session will be from 6 o'clock until 6:30, and the second session will then be from 6:35 to 7:05. Now, during their presentations, our teachers will share with you some information that will be important for you to know, as it's going to help you to help your child be successful this year. You'll hear about their classroom routines and procedures. You'll hear about their expectations in this distance learning environment. And you'll hear about some of the important academic content and report card standards for your child's grade level. And you'll get information from them also regarding the best ways to have parent-teacher communications. Now, for those of you who have children that have attended Franklin before, they know that there are only 3 things that I expect from them this year. And none of these 3 things are very hard. In fact, they're all really pretty easy. But if scholars do just these 3 things every day, they'll have a very successful school year. The first thing that I expect all scholars to do is to simply show up to school every day. As your principal, my goal is to have the best attendance rate of any school in the district. And we have some work to do to make that happen. There is nothing more important than being at school every day. Because when you miss school, you miss out. And every day counts. You may be able to make up the assignments when you return, but when you miss a day of school, you have missed out on an entire day of learning. And that missed learning can never be made up. We also want to make sure that our scholars are showing up to school on time. And I'm asking for parents' help with that. Our distance learning school day starts every morning at 8:30 with the teachers' morning meeting, the flag salute and Peace Builder pledge, and a few morning announcements from me. Please help us with this by making sure your children are logged into their Schoology classroom and ready to learn every day by 8:30. Now, the second thing I expect all of our scholars to do every day is to simply do their best. And of course, everyone's best is different. And obviously, no one can do better than their best, but we don't ever want them to do less than their best either. And the third thing I expect all of our scholars to do every day is to be a peace builder. That means being respectful, polite, helpful, and kind. It means using good manners and being a good citizen, following the teacher's rules, following the school rules, and most importantly, following the golden rule, which we first learn in kindergarten, treating other people the way you want them to treat you. So these three simple things are all we ask of our scholars here at Franklin. Show up every day on time, do your best, and be a peace builder. None of these things are hard to do, but they are all very important. Our school vision here at Franklin, which you will find on our school website, is all scholars can and will learn at high levels in a safe, supportive, and nurturing environment. I believe the key to a successful and happy life is education. It builds the foundation for future success. And our goal every day is to get our children ready to graduate from high school. And you don't first start thinking about graduating from high school when you get there as a ninth grader, because if you do that, then it's too late. We're emphasizing the importance of that right now here at Franklin. So help us to help your child reach that goal of graduating from high school. And while increasing academic achievement is very important to us at Franklin, nothing is more important than school safety and the safety of your precious children. And we'll talk more about on-campus safety when we get closer to having our scholars actually return to their physical classrooms. But I want to talk a little bit about the health and safety protocols and guidelines that we have in place at Franklin now in light of COVID-19. Teachers may meet in person with scholars and parents if it's really necessary, but it must be done outside in a very small group setting and with social distancing and face coverings. We want to do everything that we can, though, to have our meetings take place virtually through our distance learning platforms or through emails, text messages, phone calls, or some other communication platform. In-person meetings at school should really be a last resort at this time. For those who do come on campus, though, they will be required to maintain social distancing, which calls for people to keep at least 6 feet of distance between themselves and others. And with this 6 feet of social distancing isn't possible, people must wear a face covering. Health experts indicate the best ways to prevent the spread of COVID-19 is to maintain social distancing, wear a mask, and thoroughly wash your hands frequently with soap and water or hand sanitizer. If we all follow these simple recommendations, we'll get COVID-19 under control, and our scholars will then be able to return to campus, which is what we all want. Our office staff at Franklin is here to help you with whatever it is you might need. And there are other parent resources available on the Modesto City Schools website under the Parent and Student Help Center link. There are a variety of videos and instructions that will help guide you through how to set up a Schoology parent account, a PowerSchool parent account, and School Messenger, which will allow you to receive updates from the school and teachers. You can get to the Modesto City Schools website and access these resources by going to mcs4kids.com. And if you need support with your child's computer device, or if you're having internet connectivity problems, you can always call our tech support hotline at 574-8600. They are there to help you troubleshoot your technology challenges. And I'd like to remind everyone that attendance at school is mandatory, even during this time of COVID-19 distance learning. Logging into their Schoology classroom every day at 8:30 is not optional for scholars. It is required by California law, and attendance is being taken every day. Any scholars who are not logging in and participating in the learning activities will face the same consequences as if we were in on-campus learning. So please help us to help your child by making sure they are attending school every day. And one final important reminder, parents, if you have not updated your emergency contact information, please do that for us as soon as possible. It's very important that we have the emergency card contact information updated for all of our scholars. And you can do that by going to the Franklin School website and click on Contact Forms and then Emergency Contact Card. Again, it's very important that we know how to reach you. Well, that does conclude the information that I wanted to share this evening. Thank you very much for coming to our Back to School night, and thank you for partnering with us this year. Enjoy the evening, everyone. You are now excused to make your way to your child's Schoology classroom. Have a great night and stay safe.